Hi, third graders. We are reading Cody and the Fountain of Happiness, and we are on chapter 16, The Worst That Could Happen. You're not going to make me croak whenever I hear the word frog, are you? Asked Peyton. Or scratch like a chicken every time I see corn? I saw that on YouTube. Remember, they're going to try to hypnotize her. No way, said Cody. We take hypnotizing very seriously. Right, Spencer? Right, he said. If only he'd stop taking off his glasses and putting them back on, as if he hoped that next time he looked, he'd see something different. What he saw was Peyton lying on a swirly bedspread on the grass, with her head on Wyatt's pillow with its X-Men pillowcase. This pillow smells like a chemistry experiment, she said. Cody didn't explain that was the combination of Wyatt's anti-pimple soap with his own one-of-a-kind self. It was important that the subject be relaxed, with a clear and open mind. Please hand over your cell phone, said Cody. We cannot be interrupted. Yikester, said Peyton. You guys are serious. Please? Cody turned to her assistant. Cue the calming music. Spencer turned on Wyatt's iPod and set it beside Peyton's ear. I love this song, said Peyton. Overhead, the leaves of the maple tree rustled softly. The scent of honeysuckle drifted on the air. Peyton yawned. She slid her feet out of her sparkly flips. Oh, wow, she said and yawned again. I was up late last night, and if I'm not careful, I'll fall asleep. There's her lying down to be hypnotized. Spencer and Cody looked at each other. It was already working. You are slipping into a light trance, Cody said softly. Do not resist. Peyton snuggled into Wyatt's pillow and sighed. Okay. We may be misusing our power, Spencer whispered. The two of them are meant for each other, Cody whispered back. Maybe we should think about this some more, Spencer whispered. Too late, Cody whispered. What are you two whispering about? Peyton whispered back. Nothing, they whispered together. Next door, a sprinkler gently swished, the tiny iPod voice sang, and a bird up in the maple tree joined in. Peyton made a sound like a sweet piglet rolling in the mud. Cody bent closer, examining the subject. Peyton was snoring. I'm not sure, began Spencer, but Cody gave him the zip lip signal. She turned off the music. Peyton Underwood, hark our command, she said. When you wake, you will remember one thing and one thing only. Peyton's eyelids fluttered. Cody pointed a your turn finger at Spencer. He said, His shoulders smoothed up around his ears. You do it, he told Cody. When you wake, you will be in love, said Cody. You will love someone who has loved you faithfully and truly, lo, these many years. Peyton lay still as a statue. She was ready to receive their command. When you wake, said Cody, you will be in love with my brother Wyatt. Wyatt? Peyton rocketed to life. Wyatt's in love with me? She said this the same way you'd say, Martians are landing on my roof right in this minute? Uh-oh, said Spencer. He jumped up and backed away. How can Wyatt be in love with me? Said Peyton, her cheeks growing rosy red. I hardly know him. It seemed possible Peyton hadn't been in a trance after all. Uh-oh, said Spencer louder this time. He began to peek under bushes. Then he disappeared inside the garage. He was trying to hide. He was pretending that this whole thing was Cody's idea and that he had nothing to do with it. Some friend he turned out to be. Wyatt. Peyton could not stop saying his name. I never dreamed. Oh, well, never mind. Cody tried to change the subject. How about popsicles all around? Who'd have guessed in a million years that Quiet Wyatt was in love with me? A sound like a person getting swallowed by a boa constrictor made them both turn. Guess who stood behind them, his eyes googling out in a not especially attractive way. Guess whose jaw hung open so you could probably see his tonsils if you went a little closer. which you definitely, absolutely would not want to do at this moment. Ding, 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 you win. It was Wyatt, home from his doctor camp. In this life, there are moments when the earth might as well open up and swallow you right down because you are already doomed to death. But then the traitor Spencer said, "Uh-oh," one more time, and his voice held such a heartbreak and desperation that they all looked at him. "What's wrong?" cried Peyton. "Mew, mew," said Spencer. "She's gone." That's where we're going to stop today.